Okay. What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Gang for hitting the like button. And the video didn't even start yet, y'all. The village ones in it. I appreciate you anyway. Brother Polight, man. Brother Polight, man, got sentenced to a damn near a decade, man. Honestly, he should have gotten more. Y'all know my stance on these types of situations, man. When it comes to like underage people, man, like it's next level, bro. Like I don't give a damn, throw the book at their ass. But he pled guilty to these crazy charges, which means obviously he did it, right? So I can't even say, like, because I know a lot of people say, oh, you have to say allegedly. Nah, bro, he pled guilty, so obviously he did it. Excuse me. But it's really sad, man, because these are the types of people that we look up to in the community, only to find out that they're really pedophiles, right? You know, and I'm gonna try to make sure I say PC words, man, because I don't want to ding this video and then, you know, whatever. But let's get into it.
Well, you don't want to give your name, so at this point, just go ahead and you can give us an impact statement.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, so what I'd like you to do is, well, you don't want to give your name, so at this point, just go ahead and you can give us an impact statement. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Michael Nowak. This is the first time
Michael is Brother Polight's legal name.
I have spoken publicly about what you've done to my daughter and I. I have gracefully remained silent the last 2.5 years. 2.5 years of pain, shock, disbelief, PTSD, constant nightmares, and daily triggers. Trying to help my daughter heal when I'm not even healed myself. What you have done to my daughter, myself, and my entire family is inexcusable. You hurt us all. You made me believe that you were such a great man and you could do no wrong. You made me fully trust you, and for that, my daughter trusted you too. But the truth is, you're a monster. A demon. The very first time that I allowed you to be alone with my daughter, the very first time, and you couldn't even help yourself.
Damn.
You told me you was gonna be right back. You were going downstairs. You were gonna grab food and take vacation pictures. You told me that you wanted to have a one-on-one talk with her about loving and respecting me as a great mother that I was and am. And I actually believed you. I believed that you were going to bring her right back. I thought you were going to have this trusting conversation with her that you promised me. Her and I both trusted you. For a grown man to violate a child who trusted him, you should be ashamed of yourself. You plotted on me and my little girl. The entire time you knew what you planned to do. Isolate, intoxicate, then violate my baby. Shame on you.
And real quick, because we gonna get through this whole audio, right? We're gonna cover the whole entire audio. Excuse me, y'all. Listen, and I'm not victim blaming here, but at the end of the day, there's no way in hell I'm leaving, you know, my first of all, underage boy or girl, but I'm not leaving my underage child around any man. I don't give a damn who you, friends, family, co-worker. I don't give a damn. If I am not there, or the mother, the mother of my child is not there, nah, she can't go. Sorry. I don't trust nobody. I don't have time for nonsense and BS such as that. I don't deal with that. I have a zero tolerance level for those types of things. And I feel for the mother. But at the end, bro, ain't no way in hell. No, what? What needs to be said to your daughter, man? I mean, this is just me, just thinking, what needs to be said to your daughter behind quote unquote closed doors that could not have been said in front of you? That's what's in my head. I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, well, he told you that he was going to bring her back because he wanted to talk to her about how good of a mother you are. I'm like, what? That doesn't, I'm obviously we need more context to that, but whatever. But yeah, ladies, no, hell no. You don't leave your daughter around anybody. That's not that hell. I mean, honestly, and I'm not saying that moms and dads don't violate their children, because they do. So this isn't, again, I'm not saying that, whatever. But still, if it ain't the mother, if it's not the father, your child should not be left unattended with any damn body. And yes, women assault, kids too. So don't make it seem like it's only men. Women do it too. But let's keep going.
I trusted you to bring her right back. You were supposed to bring her back the same way that you took her. Instead, you drugged her and took advantage of her. And you sexually abused her. You forced alcohol down her throat. You then forced her to see things that no child should ever have to see. You forced her to feel things that no child should have to feel. You forced her to accept violence that no child should ever have to endure. You forced drugs in her that no human should ever even ingest. She's my child. My baby. How could you? You could have killed her with all the drugs that were found in her system.
Oh my God.
And you thought your master plan was mapped out perfectly, huh? You thought I'd be dumb enough to believe you over my child. And you thought that money would blind me. You thought I was going to be so blinded that I wouldn't notice when you returned her with bruises all over her body and her mouth busted, uncontrollably shaking. Absolutely not. And although you executed your plan and you got what you wanted those couple of hours, you actually failed. Because look where you're at right now. You have created a lifetime of trauma for my daughter and I. Before you, we never knew evil existed. You brought so much evil into our lives that early morning, and I'll never forget. I called you like 50 times and you wouldn't answer me. And I called her too, but you took her phone. You drugged my baby and you gave her no way to seek help. You left me no way to contact her or even know where she was. I get physically sick now whenever I'm away from my daughter because of you. Something as simple as her going to school, I'm in panic mode. Because I'm scared when she comes back, she's going to be hurt all over again. I constantly have flashbacks of that night. And what she lives with is not okay. She feels uncomfortable around people and will live with this forever, and this is not fair to her. She never deserved this. Shame on you for forcing evil on our youth. And for a year, I questioned, how could you even do this to us? Her and I did nothing wrong to you. We trusted you. I moved across the country because I believed everything that you told me. But it was pure manipulation I see now. All you do is specialize in selling false dreams. You know what you did in that hotel room. I know what you did, and my daughter knows what you did. DNA doesn't lie. There's no reason why your DNA should have been found on my baby. And yes, I satisfied your bogus request to not be labeled a sex offender, but it doesn't take away from who you truly are. I wasn't going to waste any time going back and forth with you over a label. God will judge you for exactly the person he knows you to be, a sexual predator.
No, fight for that label. Fight. Hell no, fight for that label. Sex offender, because he's going to be out in a decade, assuming that he has, assuming the judge forces him to do the whole 10 years. I think he get 8 years. I'm not mistaken. Just about 10 years. Assuming if he has to do the same 10 years, 9 times out of 10, he probably will come out and do the same damn thing again. But she first of all, she said a lot, man. She said a lot, and I'm just trying to soak it all in. I'm trying not to do the stop and go thing because this is a fairly long audio. I believe it's like 10 minutes long, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of things going through my mind, right? He forced her to drink alcohol and take drugs. This doesn't sound like his first rodeo. So I want to know who else has he done this to? Has any other women in general or underage women, underage young women, have any of them stepped forward? If so, how many? Because if it's a lot, or if it's a couple, hell, if it's two, then his ass needs to be doing more than a damn decade. His ass probably needs to be doing damn life. He needs to be doing life. But those are the types of things that happen in these types of situations, and it's unfortunate. Excuse me, y'all. I'm still trying to get over this flu, man. It's crazy. And it's insane because in my opinion, and this is the way the justice system works, and it's kind of like our law, but I still don't like it. In my opinion, if you are found guilty of doing something like this, I think that there should be a minimum amount of time that you should do as far as this. Like in a situation like this, minimum 15 years, 20 years, minimum. And when you come out, you have to register as a sex offender. I don't care about you pleading guilty. And that's how you're able to, kind of like, quote unquote, get away or get out of these types of charges. Oh, if you, take somebody's life and you plead innocent and you end up being found guilty, you're going to get hit with life, right? Because, you wasted the judge's time, the court's time, the examiners, blah, 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 blah. Everybody trying to get all the damn details of evidence as possible. So that's why they throw the book at you. But if you just plead guilty, we'll just give you 10, 15 years. We'll give you 15 years. You can be out in like 10 years with good behavior. I don't think that's, in my opinion, maybe I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. But in my opinion, I don't think that that's cool. This guy did this to an underage grown-up one. As far as, forcing her to do certain acts, as far as forcing her to drink alcohol and do drugs. On top of all that, in my opinion, and on top of all that, I can honestly say this is not this guy's first rodeo. It can't be. There's no way in hell. This man has been doing this for many, many years. And on top of that, this is the same guy that goes to like different countries in Africa and quote unquote helping out the kids. Now I'm thinking to myself like, damn, bro, how many children has he done this to in other countries? Other third world countries. Third world, second world, I don't give a damn what world. But in all them damn countries where a lot of the young women don't have a voice and can speak up and say, hey, listen, this guy did this, that, and the third, or whatever the case would be, because they really don't have a set justice system like that in a lot of other countries on other continents. So that's my whole mindset of it. So him getting like 8 years, 10 years, bro, that's too low. The man needs to do minimum 15, 20 years, minimum, mandatory. All time must be done. And when you come out, you got to register as a sex offender still. Let's keep going.
So rest assured, jail time equals jail time. And I pray that during your 10 years of sex offender probation, you actually receive the treatment that you need, and it helps heal your sick mind and get the thoughts of being with children out of it.
No, I don't care about treatment. I want you to spend your life behind bars or be 6 feet under. I don't give a damn about in my opinion, I don't care about treatment. When it comes to situations like that, there is no, in my opinion, again, I could be wrong. There is no treatment when it comes to situations like this. This man has been doing this probably, let me say that, anybody about to sue me. This man has, excuse me, this man has probably been doing this for a very long time. Ain't no treatment. That's let me try to say that because we got a long video, y'all. I'm so sorry. Let me keep on.
All you care about is your pretend image, but I know exactly who you are now. You want to be this public figure, but you want to do all your evil acts in secret. You're so self-centered. That's why the last time I saw you on February 27, 2021, you fought me. You tried to hold me hostage from taking my daughter to the hospital. I'll never forget that cowardly look in your eyes. I'll never forget it. You were so scared. You were so scared because you realized you messed with the wrong one. Your last words to me, you held me and said, please don't go. You're going to ruin my career. Well, today, September 6th, 2023, my last words to you are, I hope the next 17 years of your life, you're reminded of the disgusting, terrifying, unforgettable acts that you've done to my innocent daughter.
By up to 15 years state.
Okay, so now they're, you know, the mother finished her statement. Now they're trying to move on to the to the judge and the ruling. I understand, truthfully, y'all. Listen, 20 years minimum. 20 years minimum. My bad, y'all. I ain't eat breakfast this morning. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. 20 years minimum. Get that man up out of here. And when he gets out after doing 20 years, all 20 years mandatory, after he's finished his 20 years, comes out registered as a sex offender. We not playing.
Count 2 was lewd and lascivious molestation on a child, 12 to 16 years, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Lewd and lascivious conduct on a child under 16 by a defendant 18 or over, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Count 4, lewd and lascivious exhibition on a child under 16 years, defendant over 18, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. And contributing to the dependency of a child, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. And then count 6 is interference with custody, a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years state prison. The state has now filed an amended information today, charging you with the following: aggravated child abuse, great bodily harm, a first-degree felony, punishable by up to 30 years state prison. Count 2 is aggravated child abuse, great bodily harm, a first-degree felony, punishable by up to 30 years state prison. And contributing to the dependency of a child, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. It is my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to this new information. You would be adjudicated guilty, and your sentence has been memorialized in a 4-page plea agreement. Did you have the opportunity to go over this plea agreement with your lawyer?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, the plea agreement includes an adjudication, 7 years of state prison, followed by 10 years of reporting probation. As a condition of probation, the defendant will...
What you say, 10 years probation?
10 years reporting probation.
Okay.
The defendant will complete the MDSO program. The defendant will not be allowed to have unsupervised contact with children. The defendant will have specific terms regarding where he may work and the ability to wear a uniform. There are additional terms of restitution, of which $5,000 has been agreed to be paid upfront within 24 hours, mailed to the to the victim, and additional restitution to be paid out on a monthly basis once he is out of custody. And that monthly amount is highlighted in the written terms of the plea agreement. Additionally, there will be a stay-away order from victim TS and her mother, which is also mentioned in the plea agreement.
What is the total?
So 70, I thought it was 10, 7 years. Well, it was 10. I heard 10, but they were saying 10 years for probation. So 7 years mandatory in jail. I'm assuming he'll probably get out in a couple of years on quote unquote good behavior. And this is what I'm talking about. Y'all heard what the time was per charge: up to 30 years, up to 15, up to 25. You pled guilty to every single one of those charges, but you're only able to get 7. This is the reason why I say, and justice system, it is what it is, so it's nothing really we can do about it. But I don't like the fact that you can just plead guilty and then that's it. Can't plead guilty to that. I mean, you can obviously, but you shouldn't be able to plead guilty to that and then only do 7 years. You had charges up to 30 years. He pled guilty to all of that. But because you plead guilty, oh, okay, cool. Well, instead of you doing 30 years, you pled guilty, so we'll give you 7. No, bro, that's not how that works. Give him 7 for that one charge, then give him 7 for all them other charges. Then add it up. 10 years probation, bro. Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
Total amount of the restitution.
The total amount of restitution is $25,000.
Okay, so Mr. Nowak, the terms of the plea agreement are as what the prosecutor just stated, that you are going to be entering a plea of guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of deliberate contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You will be adjudicated guilty, which is a criminal conviction on your record. Do you also understand, sir, that by entering into this plea that it may subject you to involuntary civil commitment proceedings set forth in Florida statutes 394.910 through 394.931? Do you understand everything that I've said thus far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to also advise you, sir, that you are going to be sentenced to 7 years in state prison, to be followed by 10 years of reporting probation. In addition to any of these special conditions of probation, you will also participate in and successfully complete a mentally disordered sex offender treatment program, that you are also not eligible. Okay, you may, according to the state, you may be eligible for.
See, I don't like that. I don't I don't like that. You can get mental treatment. You can get. Let me just finish the last 26 seconds, because that type of stuff pisses me off.
Early termination of all of the conditions of your probation have been completed, that you have had no violations of your probation, and that you have not been arrested for any other criminal offense. Is that correct, State?
And to clarify, the terms stated in 5 is there's no prohibition on early termination. However, there is a requirement that any modification to this agreement be agreed by the state and the court.
Okay.
Brother Polight, aka Michael Novak. It's damn shame of yourself. There's a million other things that I would love to say, but YouTube is has grown overly sensitive, so I can't say what I want to say, unfortunately. So it is what it is. I wish this man, I wish they would have told this man he got to do 20 years mandatory. I would even say life. I know for a fact this was not the first child he did this to. I know that for a fact, but you know, that's our justice system, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to comment down below. Let me know what y'all thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. Please, 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 if you haven't, hit the subscribe button, man. Also, too, hit that bell symbol on the side. Same time, make an upload, notifications will pop up and alert you. Also, too, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that share. I look forward to reading all your comments, if any. So, until next time, please, man, be safe, Erica.